September 6th will be a day to remember because astrologically we have a massively positive aspect happening that can bring in blessings, joy, emotional fulfillment, and more. And so in today's video, I want to explain what this aspect is and how you can align to its energies to reap the most benefit. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabel, your spiritual rebel friend, and today we are talking about a massively positive aspect that is happening in the stars that's bringing in major blessings, emotional fulfillment, and potentially even new relationships based off of your sign on September 6th, but active the days before and the days that follow. And this is not the lunar eclipse I'm talking about. In today's video specifically, I'm going to cover what this positive aspect is astrologically, how it will be affecting us, where it will be specifically affecting you based off of your sign, and how to align to these energies to your benefit so that you can call in more emotional fulfillment, reward, and ease into your life. And of course, before I dive in, before we get any further, I invite you to book a reading down in the description box below if you want to go deeper into transits such as this and how you can use the stars to align with your most fulfilling life. So if you are trying to change careers, call in your soulmate, do something different, or maybe you're just looking for a bit more support, advice, and clarity regarding your current situation, readings are for you. The sky's the limit in these half-hour and 1-hour calls. Learn more about them in the description box below and check them out on the website. If you have any questions regarding these readings, please drop a comment down below. And with that out of the way, let's dive into this astrological aspect that is most active on the 6th of the month. On the 6th of September, we will have Jupiter in the sign of Cancer forming what is called a trine to the North Node in Pisces, both of these planets and points at 18 degrees. If you watched the video that I published yesterday talking about the lunar eclipse in Pisces that we're having on the 7th, you will know that I already discussed a bit of this aspect because it's also present and affecting the lunar eclipse, which is happening at 15 degrees. So it is playing a role, but this trine in general is not only present during the eclipse, it's present this entire month. And it's peaking around the 6th of September, which means that paying attention to what comes up as we near the 6th is going to be extremely impactful and beneficial. A trine is a harmonious, lucky aspect that always happens between the same two signs. Because these are both water signs, we have this trine. If it was maybe a water and earth sign, it'd be a different aspect. A trine is a harmonious blessing aspect that brings in luck. It's like two best friends supporting each other because they're on the same wavelength. Understanding what both of these planets are currently doing astrologically can help us understand what is coming up with this lucky blessings aspect, so to say, right now. With Jupiter in Cancer as of June 9th of 2025, this is what I call the era of softening. That's expanding our capacity for emotional fulfillment by expanding how much emotional nurturance, emotional support, and even just emotional security that we can both give and receive. And with the North Node in Pisces, as of January 11th of 2025, we are all growing to and through learning compassion, empathy, spirituality, and unconditional love. As of January 11th, we have all been realizing and identifying that having materialistic outlooks and always trying to fix the physical is not always the best way to provide selfless service and even take care of ourselves or get to where we want to go in life. Instead, we're learning the value of practicing trust, faith, and surrender by making more space in our lives for contemplation and spirituality, to trust in the universe more for our own benefit, and also to elevate our frequency and embrace more unconditional love. We've realized that it's not always about what we do for people, but it's how we make them feel. And so with both these planets, Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion in Cancer at 18 degrees, forming a trine to the North Node in Pisces, which is the node of fate at 18 degrees once again, we can expect that over this period of time, especially present during the 6th, but ongoing throughout this entire month, is that we are expanding and growing in our emotional capacity at a more rapid rate. Overall, the North Node being in Pisces brings up this journey of embracing higher emotions. I love talking about how there are within the zodiac wheel 3 signs of each element, and they represent levels of understanding of that quality. So when we're talking about these two water signs, Pisces and Cancer, We are talking about the journey to emotional development. Cancer is the first water sign, which I always describe as a bit of a toddler with emotions, where we just say, I feel. That is the mantra, so to say, of Cancers, where we are just learning to embrace whatever it is we feel, the highs and the lows, and have this very primal mentality to emotions. Hence why whenever we have Jupiter in Cancer right now, or just any Cancerian aspect, there's this quality of needing to be nurtured and nurture. It's motherly, it's the mother-child relationship, really. Whereas when we get to Pisces, that is our final water sign. And this represents the highest journey we can take with emotions, which doesn't necessarily mean anyone with Pisces aspects has higher emotional frequency. It just means there's a concept here that Piscean energy represents the highest frequency of emotions, which is returning to source. It's actually said to also represent being in the womb, where we are connected to unconditional love of source and the mother once again. And it's releasing any negative emotions that come from criticism by embracing unconditional love and having an understanding of spirituality. So with having these two planets in these two signs activated, forming a positive aspect, we can have massive emotional transformation and breakthroughs during this time. September is setting us up to identify and expand our emotional nurturance in some sort of probably physical means and grow our ability to regulate our emotions to maintain a higher frequency. Overall, I would guess that whatever's happening in these two areas of your sky, based off of what house Cancer and Pisces are in your chart, you're having something happen that in the end teaches you how to move forward in a more emotionally secure and regulated way. Now, on top of it, not only are Jupiter in Cancer and the North Node in Pisces forming a trine, this is actually a Grand Water Trine because we have Black Moon Lilith, which is a point in astrology, forming a trine at 18 degrees to both the North Node and Jupiter. So we have all three water signs, all three levels and phases of emotional development interacting here dynamically throughout the month. Black Moon Lilith is said to represent our shame and power. And wherever it transits, that's where we may be doing more wound healing, shame healing, experiencing moments of rejection to own our power. So with Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio involved in this Grand Water Trine, we can expect to be stepping out of our comfort zone, sharing our depths, or that would be at least my reminder to you, is that you should share your depths. You should crave vulnerability. You should wear your heart on your sleeve to some degree, not to necessarily be codependent, but don't be afraid of being too much for people overall with Black Moon Lilith involved in this trine. Of course, where exactly you're experiencing emotional fulfillment, emotional development, emotional breakthroughs, and transformation is going to be dependent on your sign and what houses are being activated with this Grand Water Trine. So for the next segment of this video, I want to talk about each element. So dividing these signs horoscopes by element and how you're going to be affected with this Grand Water Trine and what my advice is to you overall. Be sure to watch mainly for your sun sign, but you can additionally check out your moon and rising if you are someone who doesn't get too overwhelmed by having too much data. For my fire signs out there, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising, this Grand Water Trine that is present throughout the month of September and most active around the 6th is bringing to light some form of emotional breakthrough, transformation, and fulfillment regarding all the most vulnerable areas of your life. So for all fire signs, your home, family, and place of living are active and changing. Your unconscious mind, your inner work process, your deeper unconscious fears are being brought to light. And your intimate relationships, your codependent partnerships, and any sort of relationship where something is shared is also active. The commonality between these three areas of life are the most vulnerable sides of you, the places, people, and parts of your psyche that are vulnerable for you. So some sort of vulnerability may be coming up for you fire signs during this Grand Water Trine as an opportunity to face the fear of being too much, to expand your desire to be nurtured and nurture others, and to create a higher emotional frequency for yourself that doesn't abide by limiting ideas of fear. I think a big theme for many fire signs out there could be identifying and releasing unconscious primal fears associated with security. So this could be a fear of being disapproved of or rejected. This could be an unconscious attachment style. Something is coming up regarding how you materialistically attach in your material world for a sense of emotional security. So this is a great time for revelations, breakthroughs, and vulnerable conversations with the people you feel that you can be most vulnerable with, and asking for your needs. Fire signs, don't be afraid of being too much this month, and especially around the 6th. I recommend that you practice saying, I feel. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This Grand Water Trine that is happening on September 6th, but active the entire month, is activating your social life. So what this is encompassing for all 3 of you earth signs is first your 7th house, your one-on-one partnerships, one-on-one friendships, business partnerships, and romantic relationships. Also, though, active and transforming is your community, your purpose-driven projects, your big friend groups, your social spheres. And additionally, your 3rd house, your daily network, the people you daily interact with. So this is all forms of social connections and how you find emotional fulfillment here. How much do you share here? How vulnerable are you? How do you see value in these different forms of connections, and how do you feel supported and give support in return? Something is happening this month and around the 6th that expands your capacity for support and to give support in these social groups in all means. Also keep in mind that these are intertwined. And so your one-on-one relationships are affecting your purpose and community. Your purpose and community are affecting your daily networks. These all go hand in hand. Really thinking about how you interact with every individual you meet and who you value and who is around you can be very helpful this month. And you may be facing in some form of too much mentality during this month. I'm too much for my friend group. I'm too much for relationships. That desire is too much. Face that fear and own what it is you truly want, because the more you expect to earth signs, the more you prep your mindset for, I deserve this form of support. I deserve this form of emotional nurturance, guidance, acceptance. The more you show people that they deserve the same. So maybe you're giving this month, maybe you're receiving, but really pay attention to your social networks this month overall. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This Grand Water Trine that is active the entire month of September and most active around the 6th is activating emotional fulfillment, breakthroughs, and transformations in your work, career, and profession, in your money. This is about your physical areas of your life, the work you do, how you do it, your daily job, your idea of success, how much success you receive, the money that you receive for this. This is all being activated to bring more emotional fulfillment to these realms. So what areas of life, and again, I want to break down in depth with the 3 houses that are activated for you air signs. This is your career. This is your profession, your authority, your success, your appearance in a professional setting. This is your 6th house of your daily rhythm, your daily lifestyle, your daily work, and your health, your physical health. And it's your 2nd house of your self-worth, self-security, assets, and finances. So air signs, all 3 of these areas of life are being activated for you for emotional transformation here. You may have to overcome and be invited as an opportunity to overcome some sort of limiting mindset around how much emotional fulfillment you can receive here. Do you get to rest in your job? Are you overdoing it? This is really an opportunity for you to soften in regards to your work life, your profession, and your finances, and spend it in a way that really brings in emotional connection. What also could be coming up for many air signs during this month with this trine is connecting through your job, really opening your heart in your job. That's a sub-story for some of you. And for my air signs out there who don't have a career, this is about your authority, how you connect with people as an authority. This is how you connect with people in your daily rhythm. And this is how you connect with yourself through how you move through life. And for my water signs, last but certainly not the least, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Risings, You guys are experiencing an amazing month of growth, expansion, and feeling just aligned with who you are with this Grand Water Trine in your signs. If you have any Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or dominant placements at around 18 degrees, you are experiencing this heavily. And so with this trine activated, this is all about your sense of self, your appearance, and your identity, which is your first house. You also have your fifth house activated of romance, passion, pleasure, play. And you also have your ninth house activated of personal beliefs, ideologies, and travels. In the end, the common theme here is who are you and what do you love? These things can feel like you are expanding this month. You are experiencing more passion. You're getting emotional fulfillment more from your passions and play. You're getting emotional fulfillment from the personal beliefs you stand by and the ways that you travel. And you're finding emotional fulfillment in who you are. So there's something coming up for you water signs that's giving you an opportunity to really feel emotionally harmonized with who you want to be in this world and how you want to live and what you want to fill your day with. It's a really great time to pursue your passions and to make time for your hobbies and to really align with your personal beliefs. For some of you out there, you really could be traveling and connecting with foreign people and foreign places, though that is just for some people. You don't have to travel in order to align with this energy. In the end, this whole month is about you aligning with the kind of person you want to be, the lifestyle you want to live, and what you want to fill your life with. So with that all in mind, what is my advice to all of you, all signs, on how to align with this energy to your benefit? I'm gonna make this quick and simple, as I don't want this video to get too long, and I think it can be very simple. In the end, this is a Grand Water Trine, which is activating all three water signs. So there's really one main question that I'm sure I'm gonna make longer that I would ask yourself, which is what brings you emotional fulfillment? I did talk about in your Signs Horoscope what houses are being activated for you. So maybe take a note physically, put it on a sticky note or something. The areas of life that I mentioned for your sign, how do you find emotional fulfillment here? What would emotional fulfillment look like? What would it specifically, for one, look like to nurture and be nurtured? What would it mean to feel that you're deep and connected with life in a certain means? And how can you embrace more unconditional love and compassions? How can you prioritize emotional regulation and breakthroughs this month? Actually, an even better question I would ask you that is gonna sound very general, but very powerful is, how do you want to feel? In the end, with a Grand Water Trine active, we're focused on our feeling. You're not meant to think your feelings, you're meant to feel your feelings. And so this is about you navigating emotional waters. And the best way to navigate emotional waters is not by trying to build a dam or to control water, you flow with water. So how can you flow this month? How can you bring more surrender? How can you identify what you're naturally, innately feeling right now and flow with it and channel the river rather than trying to stop the river entirely? And what would emotional fulfillment look like for you in the areas of life that I have mentioned for you based off of your sign? So let me know down in the comments below, what is your sun sign? What is your moon sign? What is your rising sign? What is coming up for you with this Grand Water Trine that is already active and growing with this publishing of this video? What are you feeling? What are you hoping to call in? Are you experiencing this more in your relationships? Are you calling in new soulmates? Are you finding more fulfillment in your job? Have you had a breakthrough in your love life? In the end, this is a very positive aspect and something that we can always tap into. So if you're watching this as of the end of this cycle, after the 6th, then don't worry, you can still tap into this energy. It's present all of the month of September and following. So let me know what you're experiencing down in the comments below. If you want more guidance in understanding how to navigate these astrological energies and utilize them to your benefit to call in the love, success, wealth, and more that you are craving, I invite you to book a reading down in the description box below, where in 1 hour we can dive deep into your soul's unique energetic imprint and how you can use this to create the life that you love. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Once again, my name's Isabel. From my heart to yours, namaste.